Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Three Spurs boys. Back to O.T.P.
O.T.P.
Off the pitch, both out dad. And we bring another very special episode. Today, with Spurs legend, Micky Hazard. One of the greatest Spurs midfield. Oh, my bad. One of the greatest midfielder. See, now you got me all confused. One of the greatest players to ever play in the midfield for Spurs. Maybe you'll think that. That was caught me off guard. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, guys.
How are you? Thank you for joining us, by the way.
No, my pleasure. I can see it's going to be great fun.
How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. I've been working hard, and but now that the season's having a mid-season break, if you like, I'm going to recharge my batteries and get myself ready for the start of the second half of the season.
Yeah. Perfect. Come on, you Spurs. Change it around in the second half. Why did you choose to join the Spurs Academy?
Well, I actually didn't. It was my father. My father I was scouted by a Spurs scout who watched me every single game I ever played as a kid. And he got friendly with my dad and so invited us round his house for dinner, came round our house for dinner. So when the time came that I could actually join Spurs, the decision was made easy for my dad because this guy had put so much effort into signing me that there was no way he could join it. We could join anybody else, really. Thankfully, it worked out perfect.
Yeah.
How old were you when that happened?
I was 12.
12. Oh.
How old are you?
I'm 11, turning 12 soon.
Okay, so I was in and around your age and your size, and this Spurs scout was chasing me everywhere I went. He just couldn't stop watching me. So you can imagine at 12 how that felt. It was very, very uplifting and gave me a lot of confidence, but also it brought with it a lot of nerves because you knew you were being watched by a professional football club. So it was tough, but hey, if you want to be a professional footballer, you've got to learn to deal with pressure. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. And that's perfect because that leads me right to my next question. I'm turning 12 and I'm going to the NLD for my birthday, and this is going to be my first game ever. I'm so excited to go watch Spurs, but you actually played for Spurs when you were my age. How did that make you feel?
It was, I think when you're young like you, it tends to be water off a duck's back. You don't really appreciate the gravity of what you're achieving. But when you get the opportunity to pull on the Spurs white shirt, I think it's the most amazing feeling in the world. And every Spurs supporter should experience that. It's tragic that you don't, because you pay all this money year in, year out for season tickets and for kits and for everything else, etc. So I was lucky enough to get the chance to pull the shirt on and walk up the tunnel to the sound of Glory, Glory. So why shouldn't every fan experience it?
I still can't believe you were my age when you joined Tottenham. That's just so cool.
Well, you know what? We all have our dreams. And sometimes, this is why I always say to kids or to anybody, I say, listen, dream big. Because if you dream big, then you're likely to achieve your dreams, because the dreams do come true, because mine did. So dream big.
Is that why you came back to Tottenham a second time?
Absolutely. I mean, I left Tottenham one day and I wanted to rejoin the next day. Tottenham was my club. That's not a slur on any of the great clubs that I've played for. Sometimes in football, that's the nature of the sport, is that you sometimes have to move around or are forced to move around. But when you get the chance to come back to the club that you started at and the club that you love, my dreams came true twice.
Again, perfectly leading me into my question. Since Spurs and Chelsea are rivals, why did you decide to join Chelsea?
It wasn't quite as simple as that. I played for Spurs on the Saturday at White Hart Lane against Newcastle. We won 5-1. I scored one of the goals. I was celebrating in the players' lounge after the game with all the other players, and the then manager Pete Shreves called me out of the players' lounge, and he told me that the club chairman had accepted a record bid for me off Chelsea, and he's told me to he told me to say that you won't play again if you don't join them. So I was sort of left with no choice. And they'd set up a meeting with me. This was the Saturday. They'd set up a meeting with the Chelsea manager on the Monday. So you can imagine how I felt. I'd known nothing but Spurs. I'd won 2 FA Cups, a UEFA Cup. I'd been picked for England at every single level. So I was sort of thinking that my career was going to be start and finish at Spurs. And then all of a sudden, I was thrust to another club. So, yeah, no, it wasn't planned. I didn't know anything about it. And then was sort of forced into making a decision.
This is why I say leave you in. So they forced you out.
Not exactly, because ultimately I'd only just signed a 4-year contract. So I was able to say no. But when the club tell you that if you don't leave, you won't play again, you sort of think, well, I want to play.
Yeah.
So you have a choice that, you can fight and play in the reserves every week, or go and play first team football, which is what we all want to do. And I made that choice.
Dang, that must have been sad.
Yes.
What is your favorite goal you scored in your career and why?
I think sometimes favorite goals or more important goals become your favorite goals. If you score the winner in a cup final, for instance, that would probably rank as your all-time favorite. But I scored a goal, strangely enough, we've been talking about the NLD, but I scored a goal in my first ever NLD at Highbury. And I beat 3 men from the off-wheel line and smacked it into the top corner from 25 yards. So that would rank as a very, very special goal. 1, because it was against the enemy, Arsenal, and 2, because it was my first ever North London derby. So, yeah.
We got to watch that game.
We got to find and see if there's a video
No,
of that.
you'll never find it. I've tried.
Here, let's change up the question then. What is the most important goal you scored and your personal favorite goal?
The most important goal that I scored, I would presume, would be the winning goal in the semi-final of the UEFA Cup, the European Cup. We were 2-1 down on aggregate, but we had the away goal, and I scored the goal that put us 1-0 up, but also put us through to the final. So, that would be far and away the most important goal.
That's it.
My favorite ever goal, I'll pick one that you can see. I scored a goal against Luton Town in a 4-2 victory at White Hart Lane. I think it was 1982 or 3 or 4, one of them 2, 3, where I beat 2 men and smashed it into the roof of the net. And you can see that one on YouTube.
Well, we know what we're doing right after this. Now, we got a quick game for you called Quick Fire. Little K will give you 2 options. You got to pick one. You know what? He gives you points. We don't know how it works. We wish you the best of luck. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Are you ready for Quick Fire?
I am ready. I was born ready.
All right, let me just tell you what the topic is. Who would you rather play with? Are you ready?
Yep.
All right, let's get on with it then. Mohamed Salah or Sadio Mane?
Good question. Mohamed Salah, mainly because he scores goals.
Okay. N'Golo Kante or Luka Modric?
Luka Modric.
Okay. Leonardo Leonardo Bonucci or Giorgio Chiellini?
Don't really know them, but I'll say the first one, Leonardo and Gucci.
Bonucci or Cellini?
Bonucci or Chiellini?
Bonucci.
Yeah, there you go.
Youngman Son or Raheem Sterling?
Who was the first one?
Youngman Son?
Oh,
Or-
Youngman Song, without a question. Brilliant player.
Yeah! My favorite player.
Brilliant player.
Robert Lewandowski or Zlatan Ibrahimovic?
Oh, good one. Ibrahimovic.
Yep. Harry Kane or Erling Haaland?
Harry Kane.
Kylian Mbappe or Neymar?
Oh, good one. Mbappe.
Okay, that's an unpopular answer in my opinion. I'm pretty sure most people will say Neymar.
They
But-
would, but the bottom line is that as a midfield player, as someone who could see a pass, to have someone with such phenomenal pace running in behind defences,
yeah,
I'd be able to put him in behind the defence all day long.
that's actually a good choice. Never mind, I take that back. Frankie De Jong or Kevin De Bruyne?
De Bruyne.
Joao Cancelo or Alphonso Davies?
Cancelo.
But Alphonso's Canadian.
Who?
But Alphonso Davies is Canadian.
Oh, is he? I was thinking
Yeah.
I didn't know him.
He played for Bayern Munich.
Did he? Oh, well, he must be a good player then.
He does.
Messi or Ronaldo?
Messi, the greatest player ever.
Oh,
Why?
Why is he the greatest player ever?
Yeah.
Simply because he does things only one ever footballer that I've seen does things that he can do. That was Maradona. But Messi scores goals, he creates goals, he scores any kind of goal. Any goal you want him to score, he scores. But the influence that he has over the team, he plays the game the right way. He's so skillful, tricky, dribbles but past 5 and 6 men and scores goals. Just absolute total genius.
yeah, he's class.
Oh wow, not bad. Out of potential 50 points, you got 2 billion.
What?
I like
How does
that.
that work out?
Bonus points.
Which manager did you work with that helped you grow? Okay.
I
Which
would have
manager did you work with that helped you feel, that made you feel like you've grown more as a player and a person?
Well, it's difficult because my most successful spell in terms of trophies was under Keith Birkinshaw, and I was a youngster breaking through into the team. But the most influential player on my football career, who eventually became manager, was Osvaldo Ardiles.
Oh,
See. My dad's met that guy. The manager.
Birkinshaw.
Ozzy
Birkinshaw.
Ardiles.
No, Birkinshaw.
Oh, he met Birkinshaw. Birkinshaw
Yeah, my
was a
dad
fantastic
met
man.
that guy.
He was a fantastic man and a fantastic manager. And he was
Nice
the
guy.
most, he was one of the most successful managers. So I really should choose him. But Ozzy Ardiles was just so influential on my career that I couldn't choose anybody else.
Okay.
How is he influential? And like what way?
Well, he played in a similar position to me. And I was very young when he arrived at Spurs. He was a World Cup winner. And he guided me, showing no fear for his position. So he taught me things that nobody else could teach me because he was a brilliant footballer. So I learnt so much off of him, and he took me under his wing and looked after me and showed me the ropes. Also signed me twice as a manager as well. So obviously rated me very highly.
That's class.
What is your favorite achievement from your career?
Well, when I was a little boy like you, I used to dream about winning the FA Cup. I won that twice.
Yeah.
Twice.
But winning the European Cup, the UEFA Cup, was my greatest ever achievement. We won it over 2 legs, one in Belgium against Anderlecht, and then we won them in the second leg at White Hart Lane in front of our own fans. So the fact that it was at White Hart Lane in front of our own fans, and we won it, was celebrating after the game with the fans was just wow, incredible. So I consider that my greatest achievement.
Do you mind coming back and kind of helping us win the FA Cup?
Hey, listen, I'd love to come back. In fact, if you can contact Antonio, please send him this message from me that if he wants to win trophies, I'm the man he needs to sign.
We'll call him right now.
We'll call him right now.
I've got
And
his
you hear
number.
that, Arsenal? Who's got a European trophy? Us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Other than you've basically already answered this question, so I'm gonna change it a little bit. Other than Aussie, who is your favorite player that you played with?
Glenn Hoddle.
Pardon?
Glenn Hoddle.
Oh, Glenn Hoddle. Why?
Glenn Hoddle was simply the greatest English player ever born.
Ooh. Oh, he put it really simply.
Really simple. He was an absolute and total genius. He could do anything with the ball. He could hit left foot, right foot, side of the foot, inside of the foot, outside, top of the foot, back of the foot, sole of the foot.
Ooh.
He could do anything. When he woke up in the morning, he used to sleep with the ball. I don't know if you know this. He used to sleep with the ball. And when he woke up, the ball would jump up and say, "A morning, master." That's how good he was.
Do you still have any contacts with the players you played with?
Yes, seen them all the time. Play golf with them all of the time,
Wow.
and meet them all of the time, and speak with them on a almost daily basis.
You know, when we come over in January, maybe we can all do lunch or something. I could get my...
Yeah, well, when you come over in January, we'll definitely do lunch.
Oh yeah.
I didn't expect you to actually say yes to that.
Why not?
That's awesome.
Right? When you come over, you let me know where you are, and we'll do lunch.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We'll be in Greenford.
Jinx.
Jinx on O.T.P music.
Are you staying in Greenford?
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's not far from where Glenn Hoddle lives.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
That's where our grandmother lives, and we're staying with her.
Okay.
What was your favorite position to play?
Well, I was a midfielder, but I was an attacking midfielder. I didn't like to defend, so I generally preferred a free role where I could just get the ball and make things happen. I didn't like to run back and tackle, but unfortunately,
Reminds me of somebody.
Unfortunately, English football made me run back and tackle. But I'd much rather have been hanging out in space waiting for the ball.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, of course.
I
Same.
would. It's just my father forcing me to get back. And
They shouldn't. Let you do your natural game.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last 8 games I played, I've actually been tracking back. But before then,
No, did you, Daddy? Don't play to the boys' weaknesses. Play to his strengths.
Just
Got
let
to
me
play
share
to
with
your
you.
team's strengths.
Hold on. I gotta explain this because he's making us 2 coaches feel like the bad guys here. It's 5 on the pitch, right? We have
Okay.
like 2 really crappy slow defenders, and then there's Christian, who is like, all right. So this would be like the field. My field is a hand. This is our net over here. Christian would be up here the whole time. He just stand there, just chill there. He doesn't go back. He just let me just chill there.
Yeah, but I scored goals.
He's a cherry picker.
I scored goals.
Okay.
Can't
Does he
start
score goals?
I lots.
Does he score goals?
I also assisted a lot too.
So,
I scored
me.
lots and assisted a lot.
Does he score goals and does he assist goals?
No.
No?
I'm kidding. Yeah.
Okay.
He's
Okay.
phenomenal.
So if he scores goals and assists goals, can you just answer me one question?
Sure.
What wins games?
goals and assists, in my opinion.
Goals and assists. But Chris, you got to score more goals than the other team. And if the other team keeps coming back and scoring on us, then
Last season I only got 8 goals, but I got 24 assists.
Well, you need me as your manager, and I'll get you 20 goals.
But my dad's the manager.
Can't fire me, Mickey.
You can
Sack
fire
him.
my brother and
Sack
become
him now.
Sack him.
Sack him.
kick him off the team like
Thank
he does
you,
at the
Mickey.
show.
They sacked me from the show, and now you just sacked me from the football club.
Bubba out.
That was my whole joke right there that you just stole. So
Yeah.
wow.
Wow.
Bummy.
I got sacked by Mickey Hazard on stream. Well, I guess there's something for me to talk about.
Man. Who was the toughest player you ever played against, and why?
As in tough to play against, or because he was a hard player?
Yeah. Tough to play against. Both.
The toughest to play against was Ozzy Ardiles. He was so clever, so fast, knew my game, he had so far, thinking so far ahead, he was brilliant. The hardest player to who would kick me and tackle me hard and things like that. I don't know. To be honest with you, I never worried about them types of players because generally, if they kick you, they can't play. You know, if they're skillful and clever, they're much more tough to play against because they read what you're doing. But when they just kick you from pillar to post, means that they're not very good players in my eyes.
Yeah, Chris.
What? My dad kicks people.
Sorry, I couldn't quite hear you.
What's
Could
that?
you please repeat what you said?
Sorry, that's Siri. Siri hearing me talking. Can you believe that?
Who's the hardest? Like, you know those games where you just have like you're shooting and you're battering the goalkeeper, but you just can't score. Who was the hardest goalkeeper to get past?
Pat Jennings.
Pat Jennings. Ooh.
Oh, one day when I was 16, he asked for some extra goalkeeper training. There was about 16 of us taking shots at him. And eventually he got tired and he said, look, to the manager, can we just cut it down to 3? So the 13 players went in and he kept 3 out. And I was one of the 3, the manager. I was there for another 2 hours, couldn't score.
Oh.
Once you scored, you went in. Pat Jennings was simply the greatest goalkeeper the world's ever seen.
Oh.
Wow.
That is there anybody who we could compare him to now?
Peter Schmeichel.
Ooh.
Well, do you know Peter Schmeichel?
Casper, sorry. Yeah, Peter Schmeichel, the one who played for Manchester United.
Yeah, he was a great keeper as well.
Yeah, I watched that clip when like the ball's like rocketing and then he just simply catches it while diving.
Yeah. Jennings used to catch it one-handed.
Oh.
He had the biggest hands in the world and he just used to catch it one-handed.
From here to here.
Yeah, just like that.
What was that analogy? All right, well, we have another game for you. Gotta go fast. Lil K is gonna ask you a question. You answer. He might give you points. We don't know. Good luck yet again.
Are you ready for Gotta Go Fast?
I'm ready.
All right, let's get on with it then. What's your favorite fruit?
Orange.
Okay. Favorite sports car?
Favorite sports car? F1.
F1. Okay. Favorite planet?
Mars? No, Earth.
That's a favorite planet other than Earth, because that's
Hey?
kind of too easy. Favorite planet other than Earth?
Mars.
Ooh, the red.
Only because I like chocolate.
Favorite fast food?
McDonald's.
Yeah, I like McDonald's too, in my opinion.
Big Macs.
Favorite superhero?
Favorite what? Favorite what?
Favorite superhero, sorry.
Favorite what?
Favorite superhero.
Oh, favorite superhero. That has to be Batman.
Okay. The Dark Knight. Vengeance. Favorite song?
Oh, God, I've got millions to be fair, but I'm gonna go with Donny Osmond and Puppy Love.
Okay, I'll search that up after. Favorite ice cream?
Strawberry.
Ooh, strawberry ice cream. Never had that before. Favorite dessert?
Favorite dessert is trifle.
Trifle. Have you ever had trifle before?
Yeah, that's like with the custard and the cake and the red jelly in the middle.
Oh.
Grandma makes it.
Favorite animal?
Favorite animal, a horse.
Ooh, they're fast. Not a cockerel?
I don't mind a cockerel, to be fair.
Favorite Disney character?
Favorite Disney kid.
Favorite Disney character?
Favorite Disney character, Mickey Mouse. It's my name, Mickey.
Yeah. Alright, I'm just gonna do the points while my brother's here.
That's got to be 4 billion.
4 million. Oh,
Oh my god, you got 4,000,000,001.
See,
4
I
billion
told
out
ya.
of one.
4,000,001 out
Oh,
of
4
50.
billion and one out of 50.
Bonus points, okay? I just added a little bit of bonus
A
points.
little bit of bonus points. Oh,
Who was your favorite player when you were my age?
When I was your age, my favorite player was Johan Cruyff,
oh,
Ooh.
the Dutchman.
the Dutchman. He was an unbelievable player.
Ooh. Then here I have a question to ask as well. Why didn't you go into coaching, or like further into coaching?
Yeah, I should have. I did coach in the academy at Spurs for 10 years. I should have gone into. I was a very good coach. I should have gone into. The problem was that when you coach, it sort of becomes 24/7, and you lose access to your life and all the fun that you can have. So it became a decision. So I was a part-time coach. So I worked 3 days a week or 4 days a week.
Yeah.
But it left me with 3 days free to do as I pleased. So when you work full-time at coaching, 24/7 every day.
Yeah.
And I just didn't want that. I wanted to, I'd sort of committed my life to football as a player and made lots of sacrifices. So when I retired from the game, I wanted to live a life as well.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a good reason. Wait, didn't you also coach at Crystal Palace?
I did. I left Spurs after 10 years of working in the academy, and then I became the boss of the schoolboy academy and the under-18 assistant manager. So I ran the schoolboy academy and 13s to 16s, and we produced lots of very, very good players who broke through into the first team, and some of them actually won a Champions League. Victor Moses.
Oh,
Oh.
the champion.
Do you think Conte? do you think Conte will finally end Spurs' trophy drought?
Well, I hope so with all my heart. I think it's time that we did win another trophy.
Yeah.
We've got the best stadium in the world. We've got the best training facilities in the world, and we've got a very, very, very good manager. So,
Yeah.
If he plays to the Tottenham traditions, then I don't see any reason why in the next 2-3 years he won't win a trophy, because he's a very good manager, and if we keep making the progress that we're going to make under him, then a trophy's coming.
Yeah. From your point of view, which 3 positions do you think we need to improve on most on the pitch, and who would you like to see come in?
I'd like to have a look at Spence at right wing back.
Yeah.
But I would like to see wing backs, a creative centre midfielder, and another centre forward.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Don't ask me names.
Are we going in for that one Inter Milan guy?
Yeah, I saw that. But we need
And-
someone in the centre of the park that can run the game, make the play, dictate the game, dictate the pace of the play. And once we get a player of that ilk,
James Madison.
I think James Madison is not a dominator of a game. He doesn't control the game. He's what I call, he decorates the game. So if you've got an Ozzy Ardiles like player, a Paul Scholes like player, they dominate the game. They dictate the pace of the game, and they feed people like James Madison.
Yeah.
But before we sign James Madison, we would need a player that could actually really feed him all day long. Because without the ball, he's sort of ineffective. So you need someone who can give him the ball all day long. So I'd like to see a playmaker first.
Milinkovic Savic, the Lazio player.
Someone of that ilk who can dictate when the going's tough. He can dictate, slow the game down, play it at his pace, speed the game up when it's time to speed it up. So yeah, a player that's got in his locker an ability to be able to dictate the pace of the game and control the game. And if we get that, I really think that, along with the good players that we've got, of course, Benton Kerr, for instance, is a brilliant player. And if we get someone who can dictate the pace of the game, that will help Benton Kerr as well, because he will get better with someone like that.
All right. Chris?
Who do you think will win the World Cup?
Argentina.
Ooh.
Who do you want to win the World Cup?
England.
Yeah, England, obviously.
Jackie.
We played phenomenal against Iran. That was a wicked game. Defense needed more of a boost. Our attackers did well, finished the job.
Should we play phenomenal against Iran?
We should play phenomenal against
I think it's very important that we don't read too much into the performance, because there's a lot tougher tests than that to come our way. Iran were very poor, and while we looked good against very low opposition. So it's important that we don't get carried away. We keep our feet on the ground, and we'll learn a little bit more in the next game, and find out really where we're at.
Yeah. If you could do something other than football, which career would you choose?
Football manager.
I
I know you said other than football, but I thought you meant playing football, or become the chairman of a football club.
Oh, all football.
All football, yeah. Although I wouldn't mind being a tennis player or a golfer. Probably, I love golf and I'm a pretty good golfer. So being a golf pro would have been nice.
If you could have one superpower, what would you have?
The ability to just wink my eye and every woman on earth followed me. That's the one. You've got it, eh?
Oh my god. That's a superpower I would love. But you're too young.
Actually, I don't need that superpower. I've got it.
Nice.
Wait. What? Why are you guys laughing so hard?
You don't need to know. You'll know soon enough.
I thought he meant like follows you, like him. He's like the leader.
Yeah,
And
that's
everybody-
it. That's it. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah.
I know it's something else, but like, what is it?
Don't worry.
It's like when you had curly hair. back
Mickey
in
will
grade
tell
one.
you in person when you see him in January.
Oh, I
Right?
still don't get it.
You can ask
Okay.
Mickey in person when you see him in January.
Yeah.
January, you can ask me in person.
Yeah, when we have lunch with his buddies, Ozzy, Steve Perryman, just hang out with them. Yeah.
Yeah, just a casual lunch.
Casual lunch.
Yeah, just chill out with the boys.
Casual
Yeah.
brunch at McDonald's. If you were stranded on a deserted island, which 3 players would you like to be stuck with?
Lionel Messi. Johan Cruyff.
Mm.
And can I choose 4? Glenn Hoddle and Ozzy Ardiles.
Oh, why would you choose those guys? Or like, why did you choose who you chose?
Well, I chose Messi because simply he's the best footballer I've ever seen.
What does that have to do with being stranded on an island?
But you did, because I want to be on an island play football with him. We've got to do something to pass the time.
Nice.
So Lionel, Johan Cruyff, because he was my schoolboy hero, and Odell and Ardiles because I learnt so much off of them. And to be stranded on an island with 4 absolutely incredible footballers, can you imagine the games we would play? Because we'd be bored, wouldn't we, on a desert island? We'd be so bored. So we'd be playing football every day.
All right, now here comes with the made-up question that I made up just on the spot. With you 4 on the island, and you guys were playing a 2v2, who would you choose as your teammate?
Messi.
Messi. Oh, I thought you were gonna choose Hoddle.
I thought you
Nope.
was Cruyff.
Messi's the greatest footballer that's ever walked this earth.
Wow.
I can't agree with that. Dyer's just been on a different level.
Yes, my son needs therapy, Mickey. Sorry.
I like that.
Son is better.
Like Messi's over here, Dyer's up here.
Tell Mickey who your
Well,
favorite players
I
are.
can't dispute that, to be fair.
Oh, who our favorite players are?
You go first.
Eric Dyer.
Is Eric
shaved my
Dyer
head
your
for that
favorite
last
player?
Yeah.
For me, is Youngman's son.
Well, I think you've
You
made a
Mickey, it
very
was-
appropriate choice there, young man. Unman Song is a brilliant player.
Yeah,
Eric
I know I
Dyer,
have a choice.
I wouldn't. It's rare that I hear anybody choosing a defender anyway. Normally, it's an attacking, creative flair player that generally are the ones that everybody picks as their favorite. I rarely pick a defender.
I play at the back though, so he's kind of
Oh
like.
well, that explains it.
Yep.
But I
I
thought
play attacker.
Eric Dyer's a decent player, but he's not
Amazing
someone
player.
that I would pick.
Wow.
I got one question for you, Mickey. My favorite
Okay,
is Teddy Sheringham. How was it to play with Teddy?
Teddy was a brilliant player, very clever player. Wasn't very quick, but he had such a quick mind.
Yeah.
So that he would drift out of space and then drift back into the space a few seconds later, unmarked. He was an incredibly clever footballer, and it had to be because he didn't have the pace. But he was very difficult to mark because of his cleverness. But he was great to play with. Great target man, great finisher. Really a super player.
Wow.
Now, do you think that the comparisons to Kulusevski are spot on, or are they way off? Because a lot of people say he's just like Teddy.
No, absolutely way off.
Way off. Fair enough.
Way off. Not even close to each other. Teddy didn't run with the ball. Teddy didn't dribble. Teddy didn't take players on. Teddy was someone who would set the ball off and spin into a new space. Kulusevski likes to run with the ball and beat players. Absolutely not even close to being compared to each other, them two.
Nice. Okay.
Berbatov and Sheringham, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Berbatov's great.
I have 2 questions. The first
Yeah.
one is, do you play FIFA?
No.
And the second one is, if you could what is your favorite breakfast cereal? Sorry.
Oh, my favourite breakfast cereal. What a great question that is. Alpen.
Pardon?
Alpen.
Alpen.
What's that?
Never heard of that.
It's a muesli.
Sounds healthy.
Unfortunately, it's too healthy, so I don't eat it that often.
Ew.
When I do eat it, I love it, but I'd much rather have junk.
So what's your favorite chocolate bar?
My favorite chocolate bar is, oh wow, I've got that many. I probably eat about 8-9 bars of chocolate a day. Double deckers and Snickers, curly whirlies. I love toffee surrounded by chocolate.
Curly Willies.
You got hair like me.
You got hair like he did when he played for us.
I used to have hair like that when I was
Yeah.
young.
Yeah. I showed you the blonde curls,
This stream,
right, of Mickey playing.
this stream inspired me to play center mid this season.
Oh
No, we can't. Oh, if you play center mid, he's not going to track back. Our defense is going to get all lonely.
I promise.
We're going to lose every game.
I will.
He's going to score like a hat trick, but then concede 5.
You need me as your manager. I'm telling you, I'll make you great. God, you look like me.
Spitting image.
Look at the air.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today. It was a delight. It was delightful.
My pleasure.
Delightful.
My pleasure, and anytime you need me.
Well, how about you tell the people where they can find you, like on social media and everything?
I'm on social media on one Micky Hazard on Twitter. To be honest with you, I can't remember what I am on Facebook. But I'm probably one Micky Hazard on Facebook as well. But one Micky Hazard on Twitter anyway.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and have a good night, because it's
My pleasure, guys. See you all soon.
Bye.
See you when you come to London.
Oh,
Make
yep,
sure
see
you
you
contact
soon.
me.
Bye.
Make sure you
Bye.
contact me.
Okay.
Bye. Bye.
Don't run away, Mickey. Hold on one sec.
Oh, he ran away.
He ran away.
We
sang in France. We sang in Spain.
You didn't do your outro.
No, we didn't do our outro.
Oh, you didn't do your outro. Do your outro.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Gotta fix that hair first. All right. Thank you guys for joining us today to another great stream.
Amazing
I remember.
stream.
Oh, wait, hold on. Remember, guys, today is to do, so go for it.
Come on, you Spurs! We sang in France, we sang in Spain, we sing in the sun and we sing in the rain. They tried to stop us, but they didn't. The thing we love most is being a kid, being a kid, being a kid. The thing we love most is being a kid.
Come on, you Spurs.
Make sure to like and subscribe.